Welcome, it's denome, and welcome to this crypto update. As you can see, my price prediction from last update did not go as planned. So I was thinking that for sure in October, November, we will still have more upside. But then basically Donald Trump came out at the after hours of Friday when trading was halted. He came out and made a wall of text. So here is basically the wall of text where he basically says that he will issue massive tariffs against China because of something to do with rare earths. I'm not going to analyze exactly what's going on here, but he basically says that ultimately, though potentially painful, that was the wording that he used. So this basically caused markets to react. Some whales were front running the market, and then there was a cascading liquidations, mostly on altcoins, and some altcoins completely got wrecked in leverage exchanges. For example, LDO here. Now, a couple of my accounts actually got liquidated. Let me show you one of the accounts that got liquidated, which I'm a little bit salty about, obviously, and that was on a Gate exchange. So here you can see LDO USDT has been liquidated. The liquidation price was 27 cents and 33, whatever this is. Now, when we take a look at the price here on LDO, you can see that the absolute low was 27 cents and something. So my my liquidation price was basically on the within a few percentile of the absolute low of the whole week. So that was a little bit salty. Obviously, I lost the account there, but in total, I lost about 25% of my portfolio in liquidations. And from now on, obviously, I will not be longing altcoins on leverage exchanges again. I might short altcoins, but I will never long altcoins on leverage exchanges again. Now, this is a lesson I should have learned a long time ago, obviously, but to my defense, this was the largest liquidation event in the history of crypto, in a factor that if you combine all the major liquidation events, three of them together, this was still larger than those three combined, it seems like. So a massive liquidation across the board. Even if you were just trading slightly above 1x leverage, your account most likely got liquidated if you were trading altcoins. So not all altcoins obviously had crashes like this, but some altcoins went down like 99%, and it was absolutely nuts. But my analysis, and this is what makes me a little bit more salty. So my analysis from all of this was that even though Trump is now acting tough, and I was analyzing this in real time, Trump has already conceded to China twice on tariffs. First in April when they raised tariffs to 150%, and then second time during summer when they were doing the bone crunching secondary tariffs against Russia. So they bailed out on both of those high tariff situations. So I was expecting something similar to happen again. So as a result, nothing probably happens. Are you buying the dips? So unfortunately, I should have closed my long positions here. I didn't. I thought it was going to be a nothing burger. I thought Trump is going to fold. And again, to my salty surprise, or to not really a surprise, but he did fold anyway. But obviously, after the market had already crashed, and whales made a lot of money, insiders made a lot of money, and everybody else just got destroyed. So anyway, he says, don't worry about China, it will all be fine. Highly respected President Xi just had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. So Trump is basically panicking and going back from that move there. And I do suspect that a lot of people are angry at him. It's basically a nothing burger, but the damage has already been done, at least on my portfolio here. So obviously I'm not happy with Trump. I'm not happy with the whole situation. It was a black swan event. What can I say? But from now on, I'm thinking if I even want to do short-term price analysis in the future of this channel, maybe I will focus more on yield farming, strategies, bot trading, something like that, because my bot account was one of the only accounts that actually did make money, because it was buying all the way through those dips and then it closed on profit when we had finally the bounce to the upside. So I might make videos about that, but I'm not exactly sure how I'll make this short-term price analysis, because clearly I was wrong. And maybe I will do price analysis on Bitcoin, because at least this price action here basically followed my idea that we would go back to this trend line here. And I was warning you guys that there was this liquidation zone down here. But what got completely me by surprise was the absolute mayhem on altcoins. I guess that's the major thing for me. But anyway, I will recover from this. 25% of my portfolio lost in this move here. Uh, Obviously, it's not the end of the world. It's just salty, and I'm sorry, guys. My copy trading account got liquidated as well, and I don't intend to continue on that either. But it is what it is. And anyway, let's go and take a look at what's going on with the markets right now. So currently we saw the funding rates during this huge move to the downside basically go highly to the negative side, which signaled that that is likely going to be a bottom. Now, many of the exchanges, mostly Binance, was actually offline during this bottom here, so only insiders were able to buy these lows, and everybody else basically was not able to buy the lows, even though many got liquidated, and they were not able to utilize these this whole situation. And for me, I wasn't on a computer when all of this was going on, so I wasn't able to actually uh, do anything either. But anyway, when we take a look at the funding rates, we're now hugely on the opposite side already. So this tells me that it's likely that we will actually have another dip to the downside. Now, we probably will not go as low as we did before, unless the ETFs start to sell, and maybe some institutional traders got liquidated as well. So if we start to see bankruptcies, then we might actually head over to a bearish trend altogether as well. So that's also a possibility. But all in all, basically, I'm not trusting this pump here as of now. So be careful if you are trading on the long side as of now. The markets have changed, especially on the altcoins. I don't think many people will want to take a lot of leverage on altcoins anymore, just like me, because how wrecked they got. But anyway, even if a lot of people were using stop losses and these kind of things, many people were not actually able to hit that stop loss either, because the market move was so fast that the stop loss was basically useless. So like here, somebody lost $400,000 in this price move. Now he only has 7 Solana to his name anymore. I saw some suicide messages as well. So if you are negative on this price move, just remember, if you have made gains before, you can make gains again. Just take a break, come back later stronger, revise your strategy, and next time be more safe. And anyway, that's basically the recap of what happened here. Now, what is currently interesting, fundamentally speaking, is when we take a look at the supply of Bitcoin on exchanges, you can see that Bitcoin is starting to move towards exchanges. So this signals that even though we had this price move to the downside, a lot of people are now exiting their positions with Bitcoin. So we might see further. Okay, now somebody has been buying right as I updated this, but again, I would not really trust these moves as of now. Now, stable coins have continued to increase, so this is fundamentally speaking good. So that's fine. When we take a look at old wallets, from these lows, old wallets are not currently activating. So this is actually a decent news that we could see a continuation in this market. In my last update, I told you guys that this was worrying to me, that I saw these old whales basically ramping up their sales right to this edge here. And again, I should have taken action and closed my longs, but it is what it is. I wasn't expecting altcoins to. I was expecting to DCA more into altcoins if we had that dip, not have a 77% move to the downside and get liquidated in that move. Now, looking at Bitcoin supply distribution, here what is interesting is when we take a look at 100 to 1000 Bitcoin holding wallets, these are typically our institutional investing wallets. They actually sold in this dump here. So this is giving me another warning signal that when you see institutions basically selling, that might not mean anything, but that gets me worried. Institutions have basically been the only reason why Bitcoin has gone as high as it has during this time. If institutional investors are basically selling and dumping and escaping this market, then there's basically no buy pressure to hold the market together. So it's likely that we would go to the downside. So this is a warning signal in my books for the future. Now, looking at liquidation heat map, going to a 1 month view, we basically tagged all of the liquidations here in the short term, but now you can see that liquidations are starting to pile up above the all-time high as well. So in the short term, if there's enough buy pressure, then we might actually liquidate these longs as well. But like I told you guys earlier, currently I'm getting a little bit of mixed signals. I'm getting warning signals as well. So at least I would expect that this current short squeeze, which is currently happening here, you can already see that it's basically losing steam as of now. I wouldn't be surprised to actually see another push to the downside, either to like 110k or 107k in the short term. Spot order book death, nothing too crazy here. Nothing too crazy here. Basically, it's neutral on both on the spot market and on futures market, so not really giving me a bias either way. So getting warning signals now is basically up to institutions how they are gonna react when the normal trading normal markets open. I've been told that Monday is not a trading day in USA, so the markets would open on Tuesday. So maybe nothing too crazy happens today, and the pre-markets for Tuesday might give us another signal, and then Tuesday we see how markets actually react from there. Let's take a look at what S&P 500 index is basically being straight down. So actually wouldn't be too surprised to see kind of something like this. Hard to say. A lot of my assumptions for this market basically have now been destroyed. I'm still collecting myself a little bit because of the losses that I sustained. So my headspace is currently not in the right mood for trading. So I'm still not 100% sidelined, but I'm not taking crazy bets as of now. But I still believe that LDO is a good asset. What just happened here was just this massive liquidation event that was a black swan. So if I see LDO somewhere like 67 cents, something like this, this is basically where I would buy a lot of LDO. Right now, I still have my spot market LDO positions open. I have cash on the reserves. So as of now, I'm not intending to basically revenge trade into this market. I'm just waiting to see how the markets react basically throughout this week, and then basically take it from there. A little bit sad tone on my voice, I understand, for this update, but it is what it is, and we will recover from this. Let me know in the comments how you guys traded. Let me know if you were actually able to make some profits here, if you were sidelined, and anyway, take care of you guys, just outside of crypto, outside of trying to make money. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks, guys. See you guys on the next one. Bye bye.